My name is Richard Powell, and my friends call me Richard Powell. I grew up in Amish country, northeast Ohio, and it's really significant for me because I grew up in the natural world. We had 17 acres, and my memories are filled with me swimming in the pond, climbing trees. We had goats, we had a garden. My dad hunted venison, and it's a pretty ideal life, and I've always looked back to that moment of my life as the reason why I have created the things that I do. You know, I moved to Florida when I was about 8 or 9, so about 20 years ago. And since that time, I've lived on the beach. I moved to Germany for a while, working with an international humanitarian organization. Worked on a few organic farms there, and traveled throughout Europe, seeing other examples, including Russia, Switzerland, Scotland. I've also been to the Caribbean in several areas, and my idea here is that what's really important to me is that I feel like we have this belief that we are going from an Eden-like paradise to an apocalypse, and I always think, like, how wonderful would it be if it were the other way around? And so here I try to go off the fundamental belief that you can create perfection, you can create Eden, and so that's what I've tried to do here, is to take that foundation I had when I was a youth, surrounded by the wilderness, the water, the animals, clean air, and apply it to my urban home here, and hopefully through that process not only make myself happy, give myself a sense of fulfillment, but give my friends and the rest of our community an example of how they can live truly sustainably. So here we have something that's really, really exciting. This is one of my favorite elements of the garden. It's also the newest element of the garden. I'm always experimenting. And here, in this case, something that's technically not legal here, but at any rate, the washing machine water comes in down this way here and enters in right here. So it goes all the way down the bed here, and actually you can kind of see the pipe right here a little bit sticking out. It's buried in there. And it comes in right here, and so this is all the washing machine water. My washing machine, I figured, does about 20 gallons a cycle, which is pretty substantial. It's a lot of water. And in Florida we have this dilemma, not necessarily a dilemma, but our issue is that we have times of plentiful rain and times of barely any rain. And so I thought, I have all this water coming in, and so what I did here, I took a bathtub. The bathtub I sunk in the ground, and essentially I created an artificial wetlands. This is really significant because this space here is maybe 4 foot. But what I did, and this is what was really exciting, was I took these baffles and I inserted them in. So the overall path is that the water comes in on one end, goes under the first one, over the second one, under the third one, and then out at the top again over on this side. And this is significant because I effectively have doubled the space. So instead of having a little 4 foot space, I used the top and the bottom, effectively created an 8 foot space all inside of one bathtub. And the whole distance I have rocks and gravel, which creates a lot of microbial space, and also lots of plant roots. So I'm mimicking nature in every way here possible, because nature's way of cleaning water are time, diversity, and distance. And so I've created more distance. I have lots of diversity here. Here we have alligator flag, pickerel weed. Here's the Ipomea aquatica water spinach. It's delicious. We've got cattails, also edible, great accumulator. Smartweed. Got some reeds over here, some taro in here. All sorts of things that are growing, and each one is going to have a completely different functionality. Each one is going to take up different nutrients. Each one is going to have different microbes that it works with. And so this is designed right after nature. It's looking at nature's perfection and thinking, how can we do this in our yard? Here we come along to the second section. And here what we did, so the first section we have the biofilter that I made out of a bathtub, artificial wetlands. Here I took a bunch of edible taro. These ones here are bun long. I have a kaikea down here as well. And the water from the bathtub comes in right over here. and fills up this whole sort of a mulch pit, soil pit. This is very much a real wetlands, so I kind of have the artificial wetlands and a real wetlands right in my front yard. And this is significant because I have more aquatic vegetables in here. These are all edibles. The ones out of the first one I don't really eat too much. These ones are all for the picking. Got these taros are delicious. Lots of watercress, Vietnamese vegetable called Ningo Om, more of the water spinach, or Keng Kung as the Vietnamese call it. And this is, I've heard per Jeff Lawton that this is the fastest growing perennial vegetable in the planet, and I would definitely agree because I have a hard time catching up with it. And I eat lots of salads. Initially, what's interesting is I had this where it was water. And I could not get fish to live in it because of the detergent wasn't completely filtered out just yet, so I ended up filling it in, and now it's soil, and it's thriving at this point. And I have a whole microclimate in here. It's just all these water-loving vegetables. It's absolutely amazing to see. And all this is growing in a space where there was only grass before, and grass is growing very badly at that. And so that's the second one. Over here it spills over, and we have the third pond. The third pond, I have fish in it. And so what's great about this is a number of things. Firstly, that I'm taking water from my washing machine, a waste product, you know. And here I am by the third pond, again, mimicking nature. Distance, time, diversity. Here we have dominantly water hyacinth growing in here. And by this third point, I've taken water from my washing machine that has already served the purpose of washing my clothes. It's already produced taro. It's already produced water spinach. And by this point, I'm demonstrating how clean it is because I have fish growing in it. So it's already served multiple purposes: clothes washing, growing food, sustaining wildlife here. So this is significant because it shows that the water's clean, the water's healthy. According to nature's methods, we've created something that could work as a functional example to show the city.